Ooh. Yeah, I'll go back. I'm back here again for another little ramble on the commute, and I think I might be joined by the swans. But anyway, this time I wanted to talk about cycle paths. Whether you use them, whether you don't, you can leave more in the comments what you think about them. The reason this comes up is because there's been a recent change to the highway code in the UK. They've been updated to give cyclists, pedestrians, horse riders, more vulnerable road users a right of way. Now every time something like that comes up, you're always going to cause a bit of conflict, especially on social media. So more often than not, you know, people are saying cyclists don't belong on the road. Cyclists have routes provided for them. They should use them, and it's a hard one to definitively say yes or no to it, because, for example, this bike that I'm on at the moment, the Scott, it's a mountain bike, but it's got the cross tyres on, so I can keep up a fair pace on the road. The gearing is a little off for me to get maximum speed out of it. Yes, yeah, okay, duck. But I mainly ride this on the cycle paths, like the one along there, or the cycle route. It's not really a path, I suppose it is, but the main thing that dictates that is, for me, can I keep up the speed? This mountain bike, or the mountain bikes, I'm going to be a little bit slower. I'll stick to the cycle paths where I can. For road bikes, I'll pretty much always stick to the roads. I'll only ever go on the cycle paths on a road bike if I'm feeling tired. There's also the availability of the cycle paths and the condition of them. Look, cycle paths are pretty much always an afterthought, that whether it's tagged onto a road, which again causes disruption and frustration because it's either just a painted line on the road, but yeah, they're always an afterthought. And this one is used quite a lot, so it's not too bad. But other ones that have come down, you've got roots growing out the ground, cracking the pavement. They just stop and just don't go anywhere. There's a few around town that do that, and some of them just aren't looked after. Like, they're not swept. The one that went down this morning, which I'm probably playing right now, was actually swept for once. That's normally like quite bad, but it's still very cracked up. It's slippy. It doesn't end anywhere apart from down a little chute. But yeah, I think the main reason people object to using cycle paths is they're always an afterthought, and they don't always go where you want to go. I'm using the ones at the moment because they take me a little bit longer route to get to work. I can follow them, not all the way to work, but I can follow them most of the way. I do have to jump on the road, and there is a stupid segment which I would have to be on the left side of the road, get off my bike, walk 100 meters, get back on my bike, ride 100 meters, cross the road, ride 200 meters, and then jump back on the road because the cycle path ends. Afterthoughts. The safety kind of issue, yeah, I get that. Like, it is obviously safer on the cycle paths if they're segregated. If they're on the pavement, if they're a segregated lane, they're safer. If they're on the road, just with a painted line, not so much, because people still, I can't remember who put this in the comments, but it's like tunnel vision. If you've got a cycle lane, a small cycle lane, which is, you know, big enough for handlebars to go in, plus a lane next to you which is big enough for a car to go in, you kind of get that tunnel vision, you stick between the lines, and you end up passing the cyclist really close. Those painted lines aren't as safe. Obviously on the off the path is safe, on the path is safe, sorry. God, I'm rambling. Then there's also the use of the shared paths. The ones I mainly use, whether it's segregated down the middle by a stripe, pedestrians and cyclists, or it's literally just a path, a wide path, and it's got markers up on lampposts. They're great, apart from, you know, you have to keep your speed down, because you could come around the corner and there'll be a dog off the lead. It happens all the time. Obviously people just use them to walk on. They don't really matter which side of the path they walk on. There's litter on them. But yeah, dogs off the lead. I understand you gotta walk your dogs, but when it's a shared use cycle path used by cyclists, it's probably not the best idea to have your dog off the lead on one of those paths. So yeah, I thought to sum it up, because it's starting to rain and I need to get to work, cycle paths, they are good. I do think you should use them if you're not confident on the road, if they enable you to get from A to B. I think they are more suited towards, you know, a casual cyclist. Don't go on the road if you're not confident enough, or I would say if you're not going to keep as much pace with the traffic. But yeah, unfortunately they are a bit mismatched, so I understand people's frustration cycling on them, and I understand people's frustration seeing cyclists ride next to them. It's not a rule to ride on the cycle path if provided. It's frustrating, I know. Yeah, especially, you know, we all drive cars as well, or most of us drive cars as well. It's frustrating being stuck behind something slower, bus, bin lorry, road sweeper, cyclist, horse rider, whatever. It's frustrating. We all want to get from A to B, but yeah, it's not necessary that this thing has to go on a cycle path. It can go cycle path, road, off-road. It can go within reason wherever I want. So yeah, let's all just chill out. But anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'm gonna get back to work so I'm not late and I'm not soaking wet. Say bye to the ducks. Great weather for them. Yeah.